Check 1, 2. Check 1, 1. Check. Check 1, 2. 1. Check. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Audio check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2.
Check, check, hello.
Audio check 1, 2, 1, 2. button and start talking.
Vivek. Happy Father's Day. Happy. Hansa. Okay. Okay, sure.
And feel free to adjust it. Yeah, see, it should be like right there. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I'd just like to start off by saying how grateful and happy we are. We're really happy with how the series has been going, and we're just so honored to have all of you here sharing with us. So really thank you for that. Also, I'd like to welcome our online streaming audience from around the world today. Yeah. Very exciting. Welcome from wherever you are. And now for my spiel. The restrooms, for those who is their first time, right down here by the elevators, the first door is the women's, and if you go around the corner, it's the men's bathroom, and it's the same downstairs. Today we're going to try to have our break around 10:45. There's refreshments downstairs. If you haven't been down there, it's quite a buffet, a smorgasbord of delights. So please help yourself. It's usually about a half hour. And we just ask that no food or drink come upstairs. Please turn all your cell phones on vibrate or off or away or whatever, but not on. And also, please, no pictures of the artwork, the illustrations here, and also the slides. We really ask you to honor that. Just to let you know, these top illustrations here are from Book 2 and 3 of the Global Healing Trilogy, Awakening Spirituality and New Vistas of Hope. They're wonderful metaphysical diagrams. As Mr. Mehta says, 1,000 words is equal a picture. So you can just look at them for a long time and let them absorb and edify them that way. Let's see, so at the break and also after the workshop, please explore the crystal rooms and the healing center, spiritual center, which is to your left here. They're a work in progress, as we all are, and soon we're going to be getting more crystals and more books, and so please check in with us regularly. Also on the website here, vipinmehta.com, we're going to be posting events regularly, new workshops. We're really excited about all the things that are happening here. Also, if you have any questions, here's the email for you. Mr. Mehta would be happy to make a private appointment and meet with you with whatever kind of question that you have and go around the galleries or any kind of thing that you're interested in, really. Today, we're going to have a group photo downstairs about 5 minutes after we wrap the seminar. So down in the refreshment room, we can just get together and shine our pearly whites and take a snap for posterity and what have you. And let's see, what do we have? Does anybody else need a notepad or pen that if you didn't get one, please raise your hand? Yeah, you got it. Sure. These are for you. You can take them home. Let me get a couple more. You get that? Yeah, you got it. How about a pen? Okay. All right, without any further ado.
Oh, over there.
Yes, sir. Okay, Farah. Ba-da-ba. Graham. Thank you, Kim. Okay. All right. So now I'd like to introduce Amy Anthony, our wonderful magical sound healer, who's been tuning us in every morning of the Sundays, and here she is.
learned so much. I'm honored and lucky enough to spend a lot of time with Mr. Mehta and Hansa and Ellie and Bird and so many others, and I continue to learn. And something that I wanted to share today that I was reflecting on in this intro is about the message and the messenger. Thank you, my guru. Right? She's like, speak up, Tab. This is the stick I needed. It's the stick you're talking about, right? So the difference between the message and the messenger. So anytime that you're learning something, especially when it's metaphysics, it's something about self-healing, and you're not really sure how to assess, the teachings that you're receiving. One way is really to look at the message and then also the messenger. So what is the message? We've learned about metaphysics, which means changing the mindset, yeah? We've learned that if we can release our past life script, then we can create something new. We've learned that if we apply, we pay attention, we have awareness and experience. And we've learned that the greatest joy comes through sharing with others, yeah? And so that's the message. There are many messages, so you can apply them wherever you're at. And then you look at the messenger. So the messenger in this case is Mr. Mehta. So we talk about metaphysics and changing the mindset, and he's telling us to apply what we've learned. We can look at him and we can say, you're teaching me all this information, and how have you applied it? Well, what was his past life script? He came from India in very different circumstances. He could have had a situation where his whole life script was written for him. Instead, he chose to quietly court Hansa rather than being told he was going to marry her. He decided to leave the country, to dream a new dream, to create a new world, a new future. His life script when he was born was to be raised as a Jain in Jainism. And now, who could be more outside of the box, really, than Mr. Mehta, who is, a 76-year-old?
77.
77-year-old man from India. So he's changed his life script. He's come here. He's chosen the love of his life. He's created this amazing world with an incredible family. He's dreamt his dream, which we're all a part of right now. Look around this room. How far could this be from the life script he had been handed? It couldn't be further. So this is a representation of what he's learned and how he's applied it and how he's continued to create his present, dreaming of his future with the backdrop of his past, which is one of the messages in his book. So we're sitting here again as he's creating his future, as we're here in his present and the backdrop of his past. And another thing I want to share is that something I love so much is that, you say, wow, what a guru. No, I'm not a guru. Wow, what a teacher. No, I'm not a teacher. I'm your friend. So how empowering is that? Another teaching from his book, that he's moved from domination into dominion. So empowering each of us. So he's sitting here and he's showing you that he's experiencing joy by sharing all that he's learned. But if you look around, you'll see that he's applied it in such a profound way. So how you use this information is up to you, and how you apply it is also up to you. But there are layers upon layers upon layers of wisdom that you could truly spend a lifetime learning and applying. So I'm so proud to present this message and this incredible messenger, my friend, Vipin Mehta. Thank you.
She is my spiritual friend, right?
Yes,
Right.
we all are, right?
Okay. My dear metaphysical and spiritual friends, also my dear modern mystic friends, whom I cannot see, but I can feel you are here. Thank you very much, all of you, to giving me opportunity of exploring and discovering the modalities of healing. Metaphysically healing yourself, you are your own greatest healer. As I mentioned in the last 3 workshops, you are own greatest healer is statement is out of responsibility, not after ego, not after arrogance. So you have to be open-minded to receive it and take the responsibility. With that, I would like to go for the metaphysical riddles which we gave it to you last time. According to spiritual anatomy of human being, where does the power of healing lies? Anybody is volunteer? we discussed the spiritual anatomy part 1, 2, and 3, and then we discussed where the power of healing lies. Yeah, but which part of the physical body, the human being, metaphysics, spiritual anatomy, mental. Good answer. The power of healing lies in state of mental body. We have 5 bodies. One is the physical body, then is the life energy body. When the child is born, and first when he born, before he or she cries, child cries, he has to breathe. That is the life energy body. And the third body is the mental body, which communicates to physical body through the life energy. The life energy body is a bridge through which mental body communicates to the physical body. Good answer. What is the metaphysical definition of meditation? Because most of the meditation word used throughout the world of this is metaphysical meditation. What is the definition, metaphysical definition of meditation? Yeah.
How to go to an
Okay, pretty close. The meditation, right now we are discussing the conscious level of mind. A metaphysical definition is to create the space to alter the state of mind from conscious to alter the state of mind, which is altered state of consciousness. And then you release the current state of before you start meditation, which we did, you have to let go the conscious state of mind. Be relaxed and relax and relax. And then you create the space for altered state of mind, altered state of consciousness. Then imaginatively and emotionally enter in that mind, which has the ability to change the subconscious mind. Many people ask how to change the belief. The power lies in the choice. You go in the altered state of mind and then change the belief. Because beliefs we will be discussing soon. Okay? How you change the belief. Okay. Third one, what is the elixir of chronic mental and emotional illnesses? What is the elixir? The elixir of chronic mental emotional illnesses, which we did last time. Forgiveness. And I think many people, when we did the meditation of forgiveness, many people were touched. And so many, I received the text message also. And that is the first step, changing the state of mind. When you change the state of mind, the forgiveness, because that forgiveness is the one who is ability to change the state of mind, especially when you how to convert the hurt and the anger and the frustration and jealousy and envy, these are the negative components, and the revenge and everything, they occupies your mind. And when you change the state of mind, and you also indirectly change the hardware, which I call the brain is the hardware, and the mind is the software. Indirectly change the hardware, the neuron system. And because neuron system, when you put the new in computer, you put the new software, it takes time. And the same software, after 5, 6 times, you put the same software, immediately comes in the monitor. Same when you practice for, usually we say you want to change your habit of smoking or eating food, overeating and everything. You have to change the mindset for 28 days. And the neuron pattern change, so habit, you overcome the habits, bad habits. We will go more details in the future workshop also. With that, let's start with the recap of the workshop number 3. Modalities of healing part 1, spiritual anatomy of human being part 3. This is the evolution of healing is happening. And sometimes some new evolution is happening, which is called metaphysical healing. Primitive faith, modern conventional medicine, balancing energy system, which has so many components, ancient healing, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, and we are entering metaphysics, mind over matter, and spontaneous, which is called miracles. So these 7 modality we will talk in the future workshop. At least we are focused on metaphysical healing. The primitive healing is practiced by the benevolent force and malevolent force and outside spirit and good and evil, and how to remove that was there. That time physical science was not developed. So they have to travel in the primitive age, especially in Amazon jungles or somewhere in the middle of Africa right now also, so which are no physical sciences developed. But those days are gone. Then you develop this. The illnesses were believed to be caused by God, spirits, and magic, wherein the society, some spirits were considered not to be harmful until made offend. This believing in the spirit because you don't have a ability to create on responsibility. Because during that time, there is no responsibility. The word responsibility doesn't. Somebody did it, and somebody will come and heal me. Then some practices were called medicine men by North American Indians. The faith healing. Now you may be knowing, those who live in Orlando area, the Maitland Church, we had a faith healing way. All over the world there are the faith healing way. So you have to believe it. Many times faith healing works out of placebo effect or non-placebo effect, and you change the mindset, something. And it's very difficult for academic and logical mind to believe in faith healing. And the faith healing is there. It may work for some people, for most of the time, because of we are in different phase, the whole society in different phase of life. This is the faith healing is the healing through the spiritual means. Believers asserts the healing can be brought up by religious faith through the prayers and reaches to stimulate the divine power towards correcting the illnesses. That's what we have seen. And many pictures, you may be familiar with the pictures. Next one. Here is the guy, you must be knowing it, Benny Hinn. He was doing in Maitland for 35 years ago. And how they many times, it also happens in India also. Of many countries, faith healing is happening. And that may not be workable. But there may be some cheating going on, there's some kind of a fraud going also. Sometimes it works, depends upon placebo effect as well. Next one. Conventional medicine. Now convention in 20th century, conventional medicine made tremendous progress. And I was making a book. This is my passion for the rest of my lifetime, who I am. I have to go to his physical body, for the physical body. And I was searching for the physical body, for how the anatomy of physical body is being developed. It took almost like a 2,500 years from Hippocrates to right now. Because so many organized, institutionalized religion, they stopped it. And they had to do very privately, especially Leonardo da Vinci and the Hippocrates. So many came. So I've gone through all research work and then found out how many obstacles they made. And finally, Newton came and science started developing. And then Newton came with the Newton causation theory came, there is a cause and effect. There is a effect, there is a cause. And there is a cause, there is a effect. And that causation still is working on that. The physical healing depends upon the effects, which equal to symbols, okay? Or it's not a symbol, because symptoms, okay? And that symptom, they find the cause in physical reality. And that is the physical body. They did amazing job, in especially surgery, what do you call the X-ray and a CAT scan and that. Now with the new technologies coming, virtual reality and the robotic surgery, an amazing job. But whenever the cause lies in physical body, they do excellent job. But when the cause lies in not physical body, it lies in the mental body, then it is not working much. They are amazingly doing good job removing the symptoms, especially in cancer, removing the chemotherapy and the radiation, remove the tumors and everything. And many areas, like a surgery, you got a knee problem, you got a new surgery, arthritis and everywhere. Where the cause lies in state of mind, then their ability to do the symptoms. And more they remove symptoms, they can increase the longevity. That is the tremendous work they have done. But now we are going further, where the cause chronic illness, mental illness, mental and emotional illnesses are there. That the cause lies, so we will try to remove the cause and say, so we have to go beyond the Newtonian causation theory, cause and effect. They call billiard ball theory. When you go with the billiard ball, you hit the ball, one ball hits the other ball, and they create the stage. We are going reverse now. We find the cause is there. That is the conventional medicine. Contemporary medicine applied by health science, biomedical, they did amazing job with biomedical science also, and physiology also. That's still with the physical body. And that is still like a hardware. You got a PC computer, they keep changing, working on the PC computer. There's a hardware. You say the, what you call hardware mostly is the CPU, central processing unit in the PC computer. And then they work all over the PC computer. When the substance comes in the software, we have to work. That is the metaphysical healing which we discuss. Next one. Balancing energy system. Now, to complement the physical healing, by the conventional medicine, there is other balancing system also there. Balancing between the state of energy. Okay? And that was very massage, chiropractic, applied kinesiology, yoga, Chinese healing, which require acupressure and acupuncture. Many times my friend who has a little bit of vertigo effect or seasickness, I tell them, you pull your ears 10 times because all the ear has all the acupressure points are there. Hands also has acupressure points are there. Feet also acupressure points are. Then toes, and then you go to balls, then you go to the arches, and then you go to the heel, and that changes the organ. The part like a control system over there. The vertigo or somewhere you can play this game with your ear, or in the navel point you all heal. That is acupuncture, acupressure. Energy healing holds the belief that the healer is able to channel energy into person seeking help by using the various methods such as hands, on, up, and distant there. We know we go physically, slowly when you go massage, you physically they do, but slowly at the end of massage you feel so relaxed, like sound healing. Right now we did little bit of sound healing because once you feel you feel little bit transformation and transcendence for a few seconds. You feel really, listening to the music is also a wonderful thing because so many traces are gone. Unlike faith healing, religious faith is not seen as a prerequisite for cure. Now we are in the physical science. I think Newton came and the physical started coming up. At that time, the whole faith, so most of the time, faith turns into blind faith. But that is a separate subject we discuss separately. Faith is amazing work, most of the time. Faith is amazing work. We start with this trusting yourself, then develop the self-confidence. And one point, trust itself, it turns into the faith. But you got directly faith. That's why I feel my friend, one scientist, he said, you start with the doubt, okay, start with the faith, you end up in the doubts. And you start with the doubt, all science start with the doubt, end up with the certainty. You start with the faith, you end up in the uncertainty. You start with the doubt, end up in the certainty. All the science is developed by starting with the doubt and then developing the certainty. That is the Francis Bacon made a beautiful statement. He was one of the great scientists. This is a physical level which we discuss about it. Next one. All types of massage. You are all familiar types of massage and everything. Now chiropractic is the adjustment of the vertebra. That is a healthcare profession that focuses on the disorder of the musculoskeletal system and the nervous system and effects of this disorder on gentle health. And when you go to chiropractor, especially in the back, they help you out and adjust the muscles over there. And finally, behind the spinal of the vertebra, there is the spinal cord is there and the nervous system, the communication system. And make sure they go in their line over there. Human body is entirely capable of healing itself. These are all details. But let me share something with you. In 2008 and 9, I was passing to the L4, L5 disc, and there I got a very painful sciatica. And then I was just searching how to go, and there I got the X-ray and everything is done, and they are willing to do the surgery. There is alternate way. Other go the epidural injection, they go to physical therapy, didn't help, and the epidural injection, which is the nervous system. And the painkiller, and then you go, okay, we go for surgery. But that's not guarantee. that I was meditating, and suddenly I come across that the Dr. Sarno, who was an orthopedic surgeon in the 80s and 90s, and he wrote the beautiful book, Healing Your Back Pain. And he was the orthopedic surgeon, slowly little bit turned into metaphysician. And that book I studied very deeply. And they call TMS, tension myositic syndrome, okay, and how to change the mindset that helps you there. That doesn't solve totally. And then I was doing meditation. And suddenly he came, why don't you go to acupuncture? Then I went to Merritt Island, there's a school of acupuncture. Within the 10 sessions, I started heal myself. Of course, I did many meditations. Mentally, I did it. Physically, I also did it. And acupuncture. So this is the best book. Those who are 60s, the back pain starts after 55, 60, 65, and that one. This is a strong book I recommend to read it and change the mindset. But you are open. You can take the best part of the physical healing with the X-ray and MRI and everything. The best part of you can take the massage also, best part of therapy. You take because you are in driver's seat, which we discussed. You are driving your own vehicle, and your vehicle is running with no fuel, does not cost anything. And that vehicle is called life energy. The fuel is a life energy, and you are driving lifetime. This vehicle I'm driving, and I'm sitting in driver's seat. And he has the capacity to travel, space travel also. And this vehicle, I can have a time travel also. Time travel, I can go back in remember in deep meditation. I remember when I was age of 5, 6, 7. And same time, the future which I want to create, which MEMS, the future creates the present in the backdrop of the past. That was the metaphysics is about. You create the vision and let the vision pulls you up. And then release the burden of the past. That is the third. We got 4 laws. Our first is the random law, which is when you enter in the human kingdom, from animal kingdom, human kingdom. And then you got karmic law. Most of the Hindu mythology defines a karmic law. As you sow, so you reap. That is in Bible. And all karmas are there. So you do bad karmas, you pay for the price. But now we are in 21st century. We are evolved further. That is a futuristic law. Future creates the present in the backdrop of the past. You have to have a dream. The metaphysics is to create your own dream. And then vision. And that vision pulls you up like a magnet. And then that's what the creativity, I did it. Because I learned about the future creates the present. It is described in book number 2. Here is the start from conscious. Here are the steps from. These are all steps how to create the future. And book number 3 is more advanced. And that we'll talk about it. By the way, in the forgiveness, if you read the book number 3, New Vistas of Hope, the 40 pages are wrote on all the forgiveness. Lisa was well uphill all the way from Long Island, and she flew in after reading the book to meet me. How the forgiveness works about that. And chiropractic, then you go to applied kinesiology from chiro. That the stress and because all the state of mind reflects in the muscles. And that is applied kinesiology. My son is very good in the nutri-response system. There is a Dr. Palmer office is in Longwood. And they are very specialized in nutri-response system. They don't give medicine. They call supplement. What supplement? As for virus versus the bacteria, also what kind of that. I also got that. Personal experiment. My wife is also experimenting with that. I'm open for all experimentation. That is the part of metaphysics. We are open. That is called transmutation of the emotion. The first energy, how to transfer. Continue. Next one. Yoga. As I discussed, yoga is the pathway. The meaning yoga means union with divinity. How to create the union with divinity with the sequel, you have to physically. Your physical body is nothing but expression and reflection of state of mind. If your machine is not working, you cannot express what is happening in the state of mind. Your physical body is more to physical yoga called there are 7 components, 8 limbs of the yoga. Yam, you plan out what you want to be. Niyam, you have to have a discipline. Then you asana, you have the physical body too. Then you go to pranayama. These 4 are the bar means which is physical, you can handle it. Then you go mental, pratyahar. Then you go dharana. Dharana means the belief, how to change the belief system. Pratyahar, going back to the source where I came separated for cosmic consciousness of a divinity. And then the most important part which we need in the metaphysics is dhyan. Dhyan is the state of awareness. Okay? How to expand the state of awareness. The meditation is the one which we discuss, metaphysical definition of meditation, how to change the mindset. And beyond the changing the mindset, there is one more step after a couple of months or 1 year or 2 years, we totally focus on dhyan. Dhyan is expansing of consciousness. Beyond then one point we drop the mind. I am. When you drop the mind, ego drops out, the M remains, and that is called amness. And one day you go further, the amness drops out, you merge with the soul, and soul with the higher self and go with the divinity. That is called transcendence. In Hindi or Sanskrit we call samadhi, transcendence, trance, let's call trance or transcendence. That is it. Yoga, you know, most of the part of the yoga is the Hatha yoga, which we see in so many yoga studios. They do Hatha yoga, Raj yoga. These are karma yoga, Jnana yoga, according to Hindu scripture, Gita. Okay, the Bhagavad Gita. Many people has a personality of doing. Some personality is the knowing. And somebody's personality is nothing but faith and dedication and devotion. That is the Bhakti yoga. Go further. The principle of Chinese healing medicine. Chinese, we discussed, Chinese basis, they could integrate the whole entire system. I go to acupuncture. He said, suddenly you say, I'm not feeling good because when you certain age, you start, your bladers are not working. Then you have to work for that. And many women go there, they cannot ability to create the child. They also go over there. And they say you have to change your kidney also to take care of your back. They integrate the entire. The physical or conventional medicine, they focus on the small. They know too much about too small. They cannot connect with the whole body. And many times we face there is 2-3 doctors are giving physician giving different medication, and they can conflict with each other because the physician specialist in the brain doesn't know the specialist in the heart and specialist in they conflict the medicine, and that's what we come across many cases. And somehow currently we become so much addicted to the medicine. The whole society we see in TV show in the evening news, addiction to the medicine or condition. Reiki, I think so. Heidi is the one master, she did Reiki, and Lisa did a lot of Reiki also. Yeah. Reiki is which I think I've got beautiful painting over there, Ethereum, Sacred Journey of Consciousness. Reiki is the energy which is passing through the divine, and it refers to cosmic aspect of energy. Ki is describes the life force exiting all living. And when we discuss today, we'll be talking about chakras. And that the life given to the birth, and we use it during the business when the time is out of whack. They are not aligned. So today we'll be doing one of the meditation, aligning or cleaning the chakras. Next one. Now Reiki started from India because of the chakra. Now let me share, yoga is nothing to do with the religion. Like a law of gravity is the Newton find. You can't call it the Christian law of gravity. It's all human law of gravity. Same thing, the yoga, you cannot find Hindu yoga. Is the science of how you develop your physical union with the divinity physical. You cannot go Hindu yoga, Christian yoga, Jewish yoga. Like a Kabbalah, found by Jewish people. But that is not Kabbalah. It's everybody, all humanity. Like Newton found the law of gravity. It's for everybody. Nothing specific religion is attached. Reiki, let's go. Now this is, you start Reiki. There are so many classes are over here, Reiki, over here. And that is how we use the chakra feeling, and the healer, it becomes a conduit. It's like a flute. When you play the flute, you blow the air, and the air creates the music. The healer becomes conduit, and you connect with the energy with other person who needs to be healed. Sound healing. That was the Amy as a great. Sound healing is found. This is changing the state of mind. The most difficult part of which I'm working on, sound healing through the various techniques and technologies, is educated and conscious use of the energy sound which identify God. Now this is the premise that the matter is vibrating a specific frequency. This is the most important part. Everything, first thing, any physical universe or many other universe. We know only physical. When you go deep meditation, we go explore other universe also. All first created with the sound. Light came afterwards. If you go to biblical mythology or Hindu mythology, you call Hindu mythology very popular, the sound, and everybody is trying to read that sound. They call Om. You cannot create, you have to be totally mindlessness, then you can hear that. When you go in dhyana, when you drop the state of mind, then you become mindless, that time you can hear it. In the Christianity, Western world, they call Amen. Is at the end of the discussion there. So all they came from the sound is the first. Also they say in the Bible, first sound and then come the light. And another beauty part of sound is travels in all directions. A light, you need to have a source. And it travels in the certain direction. One particular, where the source is there, it travels like a sun. It travels all sunlight because his global is there. If I put my torchlight, it travels light over there in the certain direction. This was we did. There are many times you do the chanting. Those who go in the yoga class, they do chanting. They create their own sound on that one. Solar ring. This is the one, this is sponsor. My family was the one who introduced the person in solar healing. And now because they call solar healing is the non-profit organization we created in 2003. And then solar healing is by gazing the sun. I was gazing the sun in 2003, sitting in my terrace, gazing the sun early, first 1.5 hours before sunrise and sunset. One of the ultraviolet rays are less, and that creates the photosynthesis. The retina, you go to occipital lobe, and somehow it goes to hypothalamus, and changes the hypothalamus. And there you put your thought to what you want to be healed. And my case was different. I was meditating and gazing suddenly. First I was gazing from a swimming pool, and then I was gazing from a terrace. And suddenly thought came, why didn't you create the crystal temple of knowing over here? So I created a crystal temple of knowing over there. And many people are benefiting from the sun. That is, the sun is the photosynthesis, like a plant kingdom depends upon the sun. Chlorophyll, because of the sun. The sun also, we go outside sun to get the vitamin D also, right? Vitamin D with the sun gazing. Here is the guy, he came in he started gazing, and then you open up the cells. Okay. Crystal lily. Crystal is my new passion for 21st century, because crystal, what happened in 20th century, mankind made a tremendous progress. And that is because second half of the 20th century, we got the computer came. And computer came. Of course, computer is mostly designed according to how the brain works. The whole idea of how the brain works and the computer was designed. And then they found it out in the spinal body, CVS fluid. Yeah. Cerebral fluid, spinal, SPCS fluid. As the one component is known is the silica. And silica is the conduct the electricity, doesn't conduct the semiconductor. And that semiconductor we found from the silica, man-made silica. And then you create the binary, Albert Einstein theory came, binary, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, like that. And the speed it conducts the electricity now is very fast. Like you put the typewriter, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, 1, C is equal to 0, 1, 0, like the combination they created. They combine the brain idea and that. But still, when you sit in front of computer, you cannot change the mindset. You had anger, you still remain anger. Hurt, you still remain. Now we are in 21st century. In 21st century, we found out the crystals created by Mother Nature. And Mother Nature crystals are always helpful to humanity. Because crystals are evolved consciousness evolve consciousness in the middle kingdom because they grow. And they are always willing to share with the humanity. In Atlantic civilization, they say the crystal, now we got nuclear power plant, or fossil power plant. During that time, crystal power plants were there. So now crystals are coming to helping the humanity how to change the mindset. Crystals. So I got one crystal, I just want to, in fact, somebody visited Orlando Sentinel came to my home and they called the Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. My home is known as a crystal, but maximum number of crystals are there in Central Florida. This is like a double terminator crystal, and he has the ability to heal. We will have a special seminar for the crystal healing also. You see, so many facets are there. And then you create the healing. The crystal has the ability to stabilize the back and everything, and the crystal has the ability to transfer. Because crystals, now, which I'm experimenting lately, is crystals, okay? Personally experimenting crystals, how to change the mindset. Because that is the one. Crystal is when we go in deep meditation, the war in Afghanistan or in the Syria or because this whole war is happening because different set of mind. One has a different belief system, another has a different belief system. How to change the mindset? You go and use deep meditation, use the crystal as ability to change because it directly communicates with the subconscious mind. It happened to me. I never believed. I'm an engineer. I never believed crystal can. Somebody tell you, to me it's too difficult to believe. Then one day I brought the crystals, and about 20 years, 25 years ago, and put them outside in my patio, and every day morning I take sea breaks, prepare the breakfast, I eat the breakfast and go. And after one month, suddenly I feel the crystal wants to go to office. I said, what the hell is going on? I was wondering. Then I'll avoid it. I think it's something. Within 3-4 days, again he's telling me, take me to the office, take me. Then I understand his ability to communicate to subconscious mind. Like we use the telephone or email, fax and everything to physical reality. Crystal has the ability to communicate through the subconscious mind. The crystals are there. And if you have some difference between boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, you keep the rose crystal with you and you will change the reality. I got a big rose crystal is there. In fact, I created one temple over here, crystal temple of love. Artistry of loving is over there, how to change the mindset. That is coming in 20th. Like a science is 20th century, metaphysics is 21st century. That's why you are here. That is what is happening. Now chakra, we will be doing chakra, also meditation today. Colors of the crystals. Now spiritual anatomy of human being, this is the one I want to expedite fast and especially those who didn't attend the last one. Physical anatomy, which I got the book over here and I got studied and I found out how the anatomy was developed all the way. Then life energy body, we also got discussed, and mental body. Let's go further. The etheric body, we are going to take an anatomy today, a little bit, few minutes. The blissful body we talk after seminar, couple of months later, because we are dealing with very high level soul and spirit and truer self and the higher self and the cosmic consciousness. I'm postponing that. Now this is the one power of feeling, state of mind. Third body is called the mental body, which is continuous flow of thoughts and feeling. Now mind is not an object, not a noun. Grammatically is wrong. Is a process, is a verb. Is a flow of thoughts, feelings, and image. It's not constant. Like a river is a flow of water. Like a traffic is a flow of vehicle. The mind is a constant flow of thoughts and feelings. Conscious level, subconscious level, unconscious level. Life energy is a breath through which mind communicates to the physical body. Get going. Now this is the classification of mind. First is right now we are conscious level. And each one is brought up differently. He has a different mindset, software. Depends upon where they are brought up, which country they are brought up, what family they are brought up. And God, let me use for temporary, God has created so many computers, okay, each individual color. It's not like a HP or the IBM or 5, 6 brand. Each individual, like a thumbprint, each one is a different thumbprint, each individual is a different computer. The PC computer is different. Images, thoughts, and feelings. And everybody has a different. Now this is more important. How the subconscious mind. The life script is written when child is born, which family is brought up, which school is brought up, which economic system is brought up, what social, they create the life script, first 10, 15 years. And then most 90% of the humanity follow the life script and everybody become a performer like a Hollywood actor. In Hollywood movies, somebody liked the script and then you become an actor performer. The same thing in the principle, everybody in the society, family, everybody likes your life script. And suddenly after 18, 19 years, then somebody finds earlier, find the power of choice. They can write their own life script. Many people I come across, many friends, my friend is a cardiologist. And he is bringing food on the table. But by heart, he is a poet and art painting. So when he does the painting and artist write the poem, he's very happy. In cardiology, he performs it, but doesn't bring the joy. The cardiology brings the money on the table. He's happy, fulfill his need, he brings the happiness. But when joy comes, when he writes the poem and share with other people, or painting, when you go to painting exhibition. Like me, when I'm here, I'm very joyful. When I'm downstairs working, my company is okay. It's a part of the life. Of course, you bring the food, and because of that, you complement each other. Because now I'm so happy because you are here and I can co-creatively work together. You help me out and I help you out. How you can share your story, I share my story. And we can blend together, we can grow together. Which individually grow, everybody has a separate SPS system. I use the word SPS, spiritual positioning system. GPS is geodetic position system. Everybody is a different SPS. But same time, we have co-travelers, pilgrims. We can share with each other. So your SPS system, you can travel faster. And everybody can make a further progress. The subconscious. Now visions, dreams, myths. Now I told you everybody is the new millennium is the new myths. Like I was born in Hindu and Jain family, I got a different. Those who are born in the Greek family as a Greek mythology. Somebody is the biblical mythology, some is the Judaism mythology. And now is the Star Wars mythology, new millennium. They may not be knowing all mythology. Now this is the most important part. Last time we discussed the most constricting emotion, which we call negative emotion. It starts from this anger, fury, resentment, then fear, hurt, jealousy, blame, revenge, loneliness, and despair. The whole idea is the metaphysics, how to transmute that emotion. Transmute that emotion. Because those emotions are reflected in physical body in chronic illnesses, mental and emotional resources. That is the secret where the metaphysical meditation comes in the picture. Why the metaphysics is so difficult? Because you have to confront your own self. That is the most difficult part of metaphysics. That's why in the Jainism called Mahavir, the guy is known as a big Mahavir, great courageous person. He didn't do any war like Napoleon or Alexander or World War I or II or anything. He just said for 10, 12 years, not even confronting his ego. And how he resolved the ego, make it ally, and convert and become an enlightened person. The most difficult find is the part of the metaphysics confronting your own self. Your own self as a two, ego as a two component. One is the positive ego, it's called self, and negative ego is called we call ego. And they both are yours. And how to convert negative ego into ally. He's not your enemy, please not. Metaphysics says it's not your enemy because he's part of you. You understand that guy because you assign him to challenge you. When you are more, you challenge because we live in duality, physical duality and mental duality. And then you understand how it works. And that's why we did the forgiveness meditation last time. And how to forgive, because it's very difficult to forgive. Ego doesn't like to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Because he wants to have power. Negative ego has to have power. And that's what is holding him. Especially hurt many times turns into revenge. And suddenly you find, after 5-10 years, I spend a lot of time taking a revenge of that guy. And I have a lot of time being jealous of him. Why don't I use for myself to go further? Evolve myself. Because I think in the first mystical riddles, what is the purpose of life? I grow, change myself, grow myself, evolve myself. Of course, we need the food on the table. We have to make money, pay the bills. I'm not neglecting that. But at the same time, I'm evolving. It reminds me of Andrew Carnegie's story. Andrew Carnegie was dying at the last days, and he became very rich at that time. And he was accounting sitting next to him. And he tells how much money I have in bank. Well, because accounting keeps. And his goal was say $1 billion. He reached up to $900 million. He reached that. Poor guy was dying. And he was very unhappy. I couldn't meet my goal. And then he died. And somebody met after the death. Only accountant was sitting, and somebody asked the accountant, what did you learn from Andrew Carnegie? He said, I don't want to become Andrew Carnegie because he was unhappy. He was at the end of the life, he's unhappy. He never evolved. He just goes and he become ambition. And luckily I learned very young age through Krishnamurti, one of my spiritual friend. Ambition is a curse because when you have ambition, the end justifies the means. I would prefer aspiration, where you are inspire and aspire within, like that. So that was the ego took it over. I want to be better. I want to be fame. I want to be richest man. I want to be number one. I want fame. You're fighting for the name and fame and everything. You are just go with the aspiration. You enjoy everything. That's why we define the prosperity is the joy of loving and living life. I don't mind having more money, but if I become a trustee of that money, or when I use the money or I'm very rich, I can handle it, brag about it, you go down. Okay, these are the most powerful where we are working on that. These are there where the forgiveness comes in the picture. And how you can release that emotion, you live in the presence of the future while releasing the burden of the past. When you are holding the burden of the past, you cannot walk. Slowly you can walk. Then when you release the burden, because when you're walking, so much load is backloaded. You have to cut the backload when you look for the future. Is right, mister? Am I connecting with you? That's why. Slowly, we are in different age group. We have to enjoy the life and make sure. Even I also changed my lifestyle now. Because we have to enjoy the life. Because you see our span 95, 90. We can enjoy the life. We have to delegate the responsibility, of course, with the trust and everything, and create the more time so you can sleep well. Okay, thank you. This is the most important part. We will be working in the next future seminar how to convert each emotion. We can spend hours, couple of meditation for each emotion. How jealousy works, how envy works. What is the difference between jealousy and envy? How hard and most difficult part, the blame. Everybody likes blame. Because when you take blame, you create anesthetic. You don't feel the other emotion. Blame, you are not taking. The secret of metaphysics lies in the responsibility. So what is the secret of responsibility? You take more responsibility, more secrets will be revealed to you. And more you blame, the secrets which you know how to heal yourself will be taken away from others. I think I've written in the book number 1, the secret of responsibility. More you take more secrets will be revealed. Like we take a responsibility in a personal life or for office life or anywhere, more slowly, gradually. But same time, when I've paid too much responsibility, then you get a back pain because the whole hypothalamus starts passing. Oh, Mr. Vipin, you are taking too much responsibility. Then you become responsible. Here's C1, C2, all the way L1, L4, and go to coccygeal and the sacral. There where he comes in the picture. So many people as anger and other things, they reflect a different body. When we talk more about the hypothalamus, brain works, and how the mind works together. How limbic brain works, how all temporal lobe, left back lobe, frontal lobe, occipital, front lobe, how they work. We will separate seminar, how the hardware and the brain and the software works together. Okay, next one. Last meditation we did forgiveness. Now, in this meditation we say, you're forgiving why? Mr. X did something to me, or Mrs. X did to me. Find out why she did it. You forgive. Like what he did or she did it is going to be factual data. But why do you can? That is the function. And what is action? The physical body, my mind state is a function, and physical body expresses the action. Okay. Why I did it. The most difficult part, as you in the book number 3, start forgiving yourself. You create the reality. Want me to take this one? I create the reality. Okay, what lesson I have to learn? Why you allow somebody to betray you or cheat you? Because I have to learn some lesson out of it. And then you learn the lesson. You go to 9th grade, to 10th grade, to 11th grade, to high school, to college. You go to BS degree, to PhD degree. Now we are taking spiritual and human being, part 4. This beautiful painting, signature painting is there in that room. Etheric body, now which is beyond space-time dimension. Okay, you cannot feel. Only you can feel it if you go deep inside the meditation. If you don't on meditation, then you cannot feel it. If you ask anybody, you go physical scientist, this is metaphysical science. Metaphysics, anything beyond space-time dimension, you have to go within, then you can find whether the chakras are there. Every human being has an auric field around the physical body, which we now, Kralian is the one who takes the ability to take the photograph and see the aura around your physical body. And you can see the aura. Many people have the ability to see other people's aura. And especially see Jesus or Buddha, they have a white around the picture because they are enlightened. They have a white aura. Around the Jesus or Buddha or Mahavira, all enlightened person has a white picture around there. That is aura. The auric field comes from the etheric body, etherium, and that etheric energy flows through the physical body, through the chakras. Chakras is equal to vortex of energy, vortex of etheric energy, vortex. This chakra is the Sanskrit word from yoga. Auric, the auric field you come around me, then it comes to the 7th chakra, crown, then brow, then throat, and then heart. Maybe go each way. Brow, throat, heart, solar plexus, and sacral and root. What are the chakras? Vortexes of etheric energy. Observing, measuring device at etheric level. Now, eyes and sound, there's the observing and measuring device and physical universe. Right? I see, and people, you got a cataracts, you got a little fading image, and you got a bright 2020, you got 2018, like that. Observing and measuring device. That is the vortex observing. Corresponding to physical body. Now, chakras are not. If you go and drill the hole on the throat, you won't find chakra. What you find is parallel. There's a crown. Crown chakra is mostly the pineal gland. If you say the brain, pineal gland. Brow chakra is the pituitary gland. Throat is the thyroid. Heart is the one, the heart plexus. The solar plexus is in the navel or the stomach point. Okay? In each has a different function. We will talk about it. Sacra, that is the genital. And then root, is tip of the coccygeal. That's the root cause. Okay, they serve that physical at the physical body. Now, corresponding point over here, each has its own meaning and a function. We will talk in the future, not now. Now, corresponding in the arms, crown and brow remainder. Here are the shoulders, throat, heart, knee. Here the solar plexus, sacra, and then thumb. Root. When you fall, your foot and the root chakra. Wonderful. We always put the arms, the palms to protect yourself. And many women put the bangles, right? Or go back. Yeah. Okay. Which one? That is one. Next one. You need the arm? Oh, yeah. Yeah, throat. Okay. Okay. Here is the legs. Knee. That is the solar plexus. Most of the people face the knee problem after 55, 60 years. Heart, solar plexus, and sacral. And that. Now, upper thigh and lower thigh, heart, and the knees. Then you got the ankles and the feet. Now, before we take a break over here, anybody has a questions? Yeah.
We have a question from our online viewing audience. The question is, if I am a caregiver and my loved one or client is not receptive to metaphysical healing, what can I do?
That is a good question. Not receptive. Then you can go, you create the resonance. There's a difference. You create the resonance around her or him, and that resonance, they change the mindset. In fact, I was creating in this political election. A lot of commotion were going, and I was sitting in my miracle machine. All kind of crystals are there. I was sending the resonance. And that's where the crystal healing comes. Through the crystal, you can send the resonance, and because he or she has his own freedom to select, choose or not to select. So we are not imposing upon. Moment you like any affair, carrying love, intimacy, you cannot impose it. You give the resonance and then let them maintain the mindset. Does it make sense? Okay. You create, resonance is the environment. But English word we call resonance. You create, because many times we had ideas and you can create, dealing with me and Ansa, I want to create resonance. You see, we have a difference of opinion. We create the resonance, so we doesn't break our love, intimacy, and caring commitment also there. And I passed through the situation during the election times, and a lot of commotion were going. Right now also I have to send the resonance to change the mindset. Okay, and that you can use by the crystals. Anyway, any more?
Thank you. Is it absolutely necessary to know the reason why? Because I have released to know the reason why, to forgive. To me, it's beyond that. So is it necessary, a component? Do you want someone to know the reason why? Because I don't really care.
No, the reason why is because what happens when you forgive by reason why you're removing the functions. Because any action is a root cause lies in function, state of mind. Okay, that you remove. For most before that, in the future, we will create the meditation, forgiving yourself. Why I created the reality. What lesson I have to learn. That is a tougher area I'm entering. I don't want to give a little initiation, little igniting spark to confronting your own self. Why I created. That lesson I have to learn. Moment I learn, I can go to the 6th grade to 7th grade. And every time you learn and keep further. Okay.
I think that we all have the good, the bad, and the sad in our life. None of us is perfect. We make mistakes. And I think forgiveness is something that we have got to constantly have as a part of our lifestyle as everything else. Because you can always find something that you disagree with or someone that you feel that's a little more aggressively evil towards you. But you know what I'm getting out of this whole entire the 3 weeks I missed last week, but you know, I believe strongly in God and the Bible and all the spiritual things that I've learned since I was a child. And I've gone through the good, the bad, and the sad. But what I'm hearing now, what I'm thinking is that, and what I'm getting out of this the most, is that I had forgotten what God has really given us. One of the greatest treasures we have is around us every day. You're teaching us about the sun, all the spiritual things that is on earth, that is creative by God, but we don't look at that. We're constantly looking at material things and each other and judging. And what I feel is that we've got to judge ourselves and find that enter us in order to move to that next level. Because the only person we have control of is ourselves.
Now, you know. Okay, here is the answer.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm telling you that.
Yeah. Because, you know, we can criticize all the time, but
Okay.
you know, we're here because we had a sperm and an egg. It came together, and here we are. I could have been tall, short, chocolate, white, snow, whatever it might be. But we're here because we had no choice to be here. So whatever we do when we're here, it's up to us to find ourselves.
Okay. Can I answer that? Jesus say, "Judge you not, so you may not be judged." Now, there's a difference. The moment you start judging, you consume your energy. But there is a difference between assessment and judgment. The difference is when you judge it, you close your door. Okay? And you judge some person in 2014, now it's 2017. And still looking through the eyes of 2014. Assessment in 2014, I didn't judge by assess what was in the business world. We are assessing. Competition is there. Everywhere is a competition is there, right? Business world. You cannot judge he's a bad guy or this guy and he screwed up and he made this corruption and that. You assess it and move forward. And time changes, everything also changes. There's a difference that is called positive judgment versus negative judgment. Negative judgment, you already make a conclusion. And positive judgment, you are not making conclusion. What I did a few days ago, what I did with my wife, today she is different. I am different. She will perceive me different. And that requires awareness. Constantly awareness. The secret of the metaphysics, I think I mentioned. So all five senses deliver the information to brain. And brain delivers information to mind. So we have to call somebody who has the ability to change the mindset. And I think we had one riddle. You answer one riddle. What is the opposite of ignorance? Can you tell anybody beside you? What is opposite of ignorance? Knowledge. Awareness. When you have awareness, knowledge follows. You don't have to work hard. All metaphysics based on the awareness, expanding the consciousness. You concept because then you live in moment to moment. When you judge it, you live in the past moment. Right? That is the whole secret of metaphysics. You have to go to the mind boss. And mind boss is awareness. Let's start with the attention. That's why I asked in my question, in my office. You have to have 30 minutes of free tuition. And afterwards, you have to pay the price. You have to pay the tuition fee. And I asked, what is the tuition fee? I don't need money. They think. And somebody out of 100 wants to pay attention. Then attention turns into attentiveness, then become awareness. And awareness turns into being aware of being aware. And then you go to expanding the concept, which is dhyan. We'll talk afterwards. Your question.
Yes. Of the constructive emotions, you mentioned about blame, but the way I understood, we're looking at blame, X, Y, Z, other people, but sometimes there are individuals who blame themselves.
Yeah.
So how do we take care of that?
Yeah, but when you blame yourself, you are confronting yourself. Take the responsibility. When you go inside, you take the responsibility. I did it. There is a positive line, as you like judgment. And then you take the responsibility. When you blame outer other world, that goes a negative. Then you take away, you give. Moment I blame, I give power. Oh, give you power. And then you run out of the wallet. All money is gone. You give power to everybody. Yeah, you got on. Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Can I ask you for more clarification about the self-blame? Because it sounds like what you're saying with self-blame is that you're like beating yourself up and then you're holding on to that feeling of like anger towards self. You're not forgiving. So that's the next step.
Yeah, I think you did a good job. Because when you got to blame yourself and then you may go to further negative, that is called loneliness and despair. I'm no good, I'm screwed up, and that I'm no good. Yeah, I'm a scum, and I hate myself. You are doing same thing. Hate turns into yourself. But you are the real person. Why do you hate? You see every person is the positive part, and ugly part, and beautiful part. And observing convert the ugly part into beautiful part. That is metaphysics. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, so responsibility isn't like hating yourself and blaming yourself. Responsibility is moving in forgiveness of yourself. Right?
Yeah, that is right.
Well, at your case, he says that forgiveness is stopping of karma and it can't collapse. If you want to go higher vibration to the next energy level, forgiveness is stopping something in you.
Okay, you have a question.
There's a simple principle that I kind of live by. It's like, if I've made a decision and I have to second guess myself, or I feel uncomfortable, I kind of examine why I'm feeling that way.
That is,
And then
good.
I go, and I mentioned before, sometimes I might talk to somebody in a different tone of voice or whatever. And on second thought, I tell myself, I shouldn't have. And perhaps that is why I'm feeling that way. And I'll pick up the phone and call a person and say, hey, I don't feel good talking to you the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And after that phone call, then it's like a whole weight get off my shoulder.
Now,
see?
yeah, and
Yeah.
continue.
No, that's it.
Here is the situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you notice what he said? There is a time lag of awareness. If you are aware at that moment, this moment, and here's the time you came to aware after 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes on that 2 days. Now slowly you expand the awareness at the same time. You are catching up. That is the metaphysics. How to expand the awareness. That is the time lag. You have a time lag, no? To get knowing. That's good. You are practicing. Slowly, time lag was diminished. Slowly diminished. As you practice more and more, you practice. And immediately you start correcting. Many times, because what we will talk in the future, 7 layers of the body, how the physical, this is a physical body and the exercise. Suppose I go in the meeting and I'm very angry. Somebody humiliated me in the public, I mean the couple of people in front are very angry. What I do, I hold the energy like this one. No, your feet are getting it. Because you cannot express it. Now anger has to go somewhere else, okay? Because that anger, poor guy anger wants to have a freedom also, as you need it. Then you start releasing. You have to go, when the awareness comes, you go at the before the state of angerness, where generate anger is generated, you will be able to see that state of awareness. Okay? And then before it generates, you can cut it off. And since it's generated, you go outside and heat outside or something, release the anger. Okay? By privately. Or we do meditatively and release the anger. Now, secret of meditation, let me share the biggest secret. In meditation, metaphysical definition of meditation, enter in the space, alter state of mind, and do imaginatively and emotionally enter in due process, confronting yourself. Now, secret lies, anything, through what you do through imagination. Suppose I had a friend who cheated me in India, somewhere in Bombay, so many years ago. I cannot go physical and forgive him. But I go in the meditation, call upon him and forgive him. The brain doesn't know where the information comes from, imagination or physical action. There's the biggest secret is there. You do, but imaginatively when you do, is the most elegant way. Otherwise you have to go every day and call that guy and then, It's too much. You cannot find the person and that. So meditatively secret because brain cannot figure it out. The neuron system in the neural the pattern cannot figure it come from imagination or it come from the physical action. This physical action, oh, I'm sorry, I go and hug my wife, I'm sorry. That is also help me. But suppose somebody is there, far away, cannot do, imaginatively. That is the secret of the metaphysical meditation. The brain can, the neuron system, the hardware, the computer hardware, central processing unit, cannot figure it out where the information comes. Imagination it came or the physical it came. It has the same impact. I share the secret of the brain. Okay, I will talk to you about brain and how mind works together. And okay.
So how can you apply that when you're forgiving yourself? Do you listen, you're hugging yourself?
No. Forgive, you confront yourself. And then you tell what lesson, you learn the lesson. What lesson he wants to teach. Oh, then suddenly because your mind is that clock, you open the mindset, that is transmuting energy, learn what lesson I have to learn in this lifetime. I pick up the lesson and grow out of it. That is whole thing. We will go, read the book number 3. You go by step. What are the resistance to the forgiveness? I think there's the one painting, resistance to forgiveness. Then forgiving yourself. When you forgive yourself, 80-90% work done. Then you forgive others. If you forgive others, all organized religion, they talk about forgiving. But they talk forgiving others. They don't start with them. We are in 21st century. We are far beyond that. We find out confronting yourself. You forgive yourself. Then 5% or 10%, then forgive. Because when you forgive others, many times it feeds your ego. I am better than, I forgive. I am higher than this. See, I have got a big heart, I forgive. You're feeding the ego. You are not confronting, you're releasing the ego. And then you forgive others. Then you ask the other guy, because as you occupy, other person occupies in your mind, you are also occupying in his or her mind. So you ask them to forgive me. And that creates the resonance, radiance. Or you will be new person. You will not be same person.
Yeah, I think like in usual life, if
Yeah.
you ask somebody forgive us,
Hmm.
like maybe people always feel like giving your power. Oh, I'm bold and do.
Yeah, that was the ego triggers it. All organized religion talk about forgiveness. They do. As well, where I come from, Jainism, there's a special day in one of the 7 days, special day of forgiveness. And then everybody calls, oh, please forgive me, forgive. But it become a ritual. It's like a mechanical ritual. I'm sorry to say, but mechanical ritual. Everybody receives the phone call, Michami Dokram Michami. Because special word is there. Please ask me to forgive. Okay, now we are ready for the break, otherwise we'll...
Okay, very good. Yes, it's 11 a.m. Something I've been practicing, Mr. Mehta talked about last week, is a buffer. Helps me on the road to not get so frustrated. And so it's 11 a.m. now. Let's kind of come up here at about 11:25.
Okay.
5-minute buffer.
Okay.
You're applying what you've learned. Very good. Oh my God, I looked at my notes now and I found it.
What was the connection between silica in cerebrospinal fluid and the crystals? What were you trying to say?
Yeah,
I didn't get that.
silica, when they, sorry.
It is important perhaps to understand that these centers are etheric centers, and though they have corresponding points in the physical form, they do not have a physicality. Therefore, for example, your first chakra, which is located at the coccygeal or tailbone area of the body, is a point of reference for you. The second chakra, which is located in the genital area, and though certain systems of belief will locate the first and second chakra quite separate,
welcome second half, that is the modalities of healing. We will explore and discover the modalities of healing. We did primitive healing, faith healing, modern conventional healing, and balancing the energy system, which has so many varieties are there. And now we are going to ancient healing, Ayurveda, homeopathic, and naturopathic. Then metaphysical and spontaneous. So our focus will be in ancient healing, Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic healing is based on the balance, suppressing the natural urges in sin to be unhealthy and can cause illnesses. Homeopathic is based on the molecular structure of water. Ayurvedic and naturopathy is based on herbs. Naturopathic healing is based on energy / vital force that guides the body, the processes. It honors the body's innate wisdom to heal itself, naturopathy, naturally. Now we go to Ayurveda. Ancient healing tradition. The Ayurveda is very long, more than 5,000, 10,000, almost more than 5,000 years old. The word Ayurveda, Ved means knowledge. Ayur means longevity. Now longevity, which we see in natural way, is increase in the length of life. Okay. But there is much more meaning of longevity. Many people live 120 years and therefore very slow, but there are much more dimensions to longevity. How intensely live, how much fulfillment he has, like that. But that we discuss in the future course also. How to increase life. And Ayurveda, the best part of Ayurveda is based on the preventive side. Because conventional healing was mostly in the remedial side, when the symptom comes and then you try to correct. The Ayurveda based on the preventive side, before it causes any disease or illnesses, you have to protect. And same time, he has a connection with spirituality, metaphysics and spirituality also. Okay, how to increase the longevity, because we discussed the mystical riddle. What is the purpose of a life? To change, to grow and evolve. Ayurveda mostly is focused how to change yourself, how you grow yourself and evolve yourself. You become better human being, better and better. And then something you find out which is something in you, which is more than you, and that you can find. That's why Ayurveda is a more ancient healing. Like a Chinese medicine came about 2,500 years. Ayurveda is more than 500. And they're mostly based on the herbs. Intent of the Ayurveda, balancing the energy, dosas. The English word, Sanskrit word is dosas and that. Now in the Western civilization, we have 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. And the Hindu mythology we call fire, space. First you have to have space, then 4 elements. There is no space, no elements are there. They consider 5 elements are there. And all the Hindu mythology based on the fire. I think there is one beautiful painting is there, in Sacred Journey of Consciousness, where how the space is created. God is created the space, and God came and how they make a playground. And once the playground they came, and then 4 elements came. And then we go to planet Earth, and the solar system, and planet Earth, there's the 4 play of the 4 elements are there. The first element is the space and air, Vat, Yat. Dosas, sound and touch. Air is there, which is Vata. So everybody has basically 3 components. One is a Vat, air. Many people have the sneezing and cough and everything, and there's breathing and respiratory system. There's the out of balance, Vat. And sound, ears and audible system. And air gives the touch, the skin, and texture, connection with the touching of the system. The fire is the second one. The fire is the one is mostly digestive pitta. Pitta means fire. So most of the digestive, when it's out of balance, There's a pitta. Pitta, the Ayurveda doctor or the healer can find out what is out of balance. Pitta means that the digestive system requires a pitta. It's an acid to digest the people. That's why we discuss in second workshop, I think second workshop, you drink water 30-40 minutes before you take the dinner or lunch. And then don't drink during the eating. You drink after 30-40 minutes later. So you do not dilute the food. Moment, because here everybody has a glass with the water, cold water with the ice. And ice is your enemy. Because more you eat, the moment you eat the food and you drink the water, you're diluting before the acid with the enzymes by creating a digestive system is being diluted. So you always keep the 30-40 minutes time lag of drinking water and drink early. And I also mentioned you drink early in the morning 2 glasses of water, which I'm practicing with little lemon and the black salt. And then you cleanse up your stomach. Okay, or the whole night, which is dehydration is that when you get up in middle of night, again you drink the water. And that time dehydration happens, you drink the water, and then it takes care of your system, digestive system. And no constipation. At this age, I have to take care of my digestive system because there we generate the energy from what you eat. That's what you are. That's what we say. And that is called sight. Fire is the sight, eyes and visual, and taste water. Taste, tongue, and gustatory. Then earth. There's earth. Mineral kingdom, we eat salt and everything comes from mineral kingdom. Plant kingdom. Okay. And cough. Earth and space. And smell and nose. And same thing space over here. Cough, what and cough. Cough is dealing with the water, earth or cough energy. Here is the water, in the between water and the pitta, and there is the cough. And what one is there. And here is the one in the ancient mythology and that one. There are 3 gunas. The 3 gunas, psychological constitution of gunas. We call gunas, but psychological. Now we are going beyond physics, we are going to psychology, metaphysics, part of the metaphysics. One is the food, what you eat, it stimulates you to do activity. That is called rajas. If you don't eat the food, doesn't give you energy, then you cannot work. At the same time, there is another food, is the regeneration. At the same time, I drink the alcohol and go to the same tamas turn into negative part of it. Which I say this is one of the painting, and night gives, here is the painting, night gives what the day takes away. So you need the night also, so you can relax, because whole conscious mind is tired, and that you relax it. That is called regeneration. Tamas is also, if I eat more tamas, I go to alcohol and drunk myself, then I'm totally unconscious over there. And the secret, most of the Hindu mythology and many Hindu practitioners, they make a mistake. Sattva is a balancing act. It's not a separate element, but the sattva is a balance between the rajas and tamas. To eat the sattvic food. Sattvic means which is food which you balance it here in the whole activity and the psychological activity. That is the sattvic. And that is the one cycle. Now it is physical and then psychological. We can connect it. And especially in America, we are go. We eat more rajas, stimulating food. Everything, hurry, lunch hour, go to hamburger, go fast food and everything. The go, and then we get tired over there. And suddenly we find the end of the day, there's no time left for yourself. Homeopathy is the ancient one. During the Hippocrates, the father of anatomy, which we discussed first workshop in the part 1. And there are 2 here, contraries and similarities. The homeopathy people don't like allopathy. Allopathy is a conventional medicine called allopathy, contraries. Suppose I got 5 milligrams of 2.5 milligrams of the blood pressure tablet, it doesn't work, then they give 5 milligrams concentration. The similarity is the like kills the like. Let like be cured by like. Suppose I was hurt by when I go and pick up the rose flower and the thorn hurt me, then I take another thorn to remove the thorn. Okay? Like it. So they go by dilution. Dilution is start with the 2 milligram, and then you go to 1 milligram to half a milligram. solution slowly like is that. That is mostly related to physiology, how they work with the physiology. Conventional healing opposite of suffering and like because I'm just giving fundamental principles. We will go detail in the future seminar. Now naturopathy, which is many years now developing in the Western civilization, especially in America. Distinct school of healing employing the beneficent agency of nature, forces of water, air, sunlight, earth power, electricity, magnetism, exercise, race, proper diet, various kinds of mechanical and mental and moral science. It deals with the mother nature, how to be part of the mother nature. Most of we go overruling the mother nature, rather than working with mother nature. Right now, all science is developed. And then we create the climate change and this one and that because we overrule the mother. We work against the mother nature and then bounce back. It backfires on us. That's what because physical science was called physical science was developed in the last 400 years. And most of the time later, atom bomb 1, World War I, World War II, and we are working against the mother nature. And they backfires on us. And now this naturopathy working with the mother nature. Because mother nature is always in harmony. And when we work against it, we break the harmony and balance. And that was the concept. Naturopathy rightly employs the combination that is the best adapted to each individual case. Now that is the intricate science behind that naturopathy. It's a byproduct of the homeopathy and the Ayurveda and that. Principle. Health is determined by nutrition. What you eat, that depends upon the health. Because what you eat, the food, you go to digestion, create the energy, the blood circulation, cardiovascular system, and then you create everything and balancing and that one. The movement. This is connected with the psyche and physiology. Now physiology is a part of biology, is how every element works together. When you take anatomy, is a dissection of the body, how they work integration, how they work together. That is the physiology. And then one health, one illness. And then symptoms of ill health are friendly. Because when symptoms come, they give indications something is going wrong. Like pain that we discussed a couple of workshops. The pain is one positive component of pain that it shows where the system is going wrong. And if you take the painkiller, you do not know where the system is going wrong. Painkiller has the advantage for same temporarily avoid the pain. At the same time, you may not know where the problem is. That is the painkiller, the benefits as well as the efficiency also. Illness begins with the cure. And cure is rest. Of course, rest, which we in America, we don't find rest. We keep go, everything. Rest is a very difficult place for us to get. If you go in the ancient world, then you can go and relax for that. Rest. Now we are coming to new. I just give you the ideas. I'm just exposing the other modalities. Now we are coming to the ideas. Who are you? Now we can wait. You are your own greatest healer. That is a part. Because this is out of taking responsibility, not out of arrogance, not out of egoistical statement. And we have ability to open-mindedness. And how that work is called next model. Metaphysically healing yourself, mind over matter. And we discuss in anatomy of the physical, anatomy of spiritual anatomy, human being, the power lies in the fulcrum. 1, 2, 3, fulcrum is the state of mind where the power is there. When fulcrum is not, the seesaw fulcrum is not right with, you cannot balance it out. The whole focus lies in state of mind, how to change the state of mind. And so the future creates the present in the backdrop of past. The future that I can heal myself. Create the present. You take the activity to take care of it, take responsibility and active. Where do I find? And the presence of the future creates the present in the backdrop of whatever the backdrop of the past, what caused the effect to you, what symptoms, what caused the effect of symptoms of pain for you. The power of healing lies within you. Now is the time to awaken that power and empower yourself. We discuss about what is power. Power is willingness to develop the ability. And when you develop the ability, it turns into capability. And then your capability is done, and you master the capability. And once you master the capability, and then you give yourself a permission to use the capability, mastering capability. That is empowerment. Because many people knows, but they cannot give them a permission. They become intellectual, bookish knowledge. And metaphysics doesn't believe in bookish knowledge. Intellectual knowledge we discuss. Intellectual knowledge is within logic and reason. Intelligence connecting the different ideas and emotions, connecting the dots, because CIA or connecting dots. But that doesn't solve the problem. The metaphysics is of the, of course, we discussed the Edgar Cayce. Okay? Edgar Cayce is of the ESP, extrasensory perception. You get intuition from within. Okay? And these are all three knowledge: informative knowledge, intellectual knowledge, intelligent knowledge, and the ESP done by the human mind. How to change the mindset, that is a metaphysics. With anything we use space-time, how to change the mindset. Now, metaphysics, we go in meditative and change the mindset and develop the power. The power, so far we think power lies in only conventional medicine. No, conventional medicine is one part of the modality. We are not neglecting it, but we can find other part of the other modalities are available to you and change the mindset. That is empowerment. I hope by the end of this workshop, you are empowered to at least think a little bit hope which you have developed it. You have to nurture and nourish that hope. Yes, I can heal myself. I can increase my longevity. I have to overcome my pain and suffering. I have to overcome all the negative emotions. And we forgive. Use the power of elixir of forgiveness. And they have to constantly nurture and nourish that hope. And take hope to ignite the hope and take it to the next level and illuminate the hope and make it more luminous hope. And every time any illness comes before first you become preventive. My case, I have to be more preventive side because I'm a different age group. I have to be more preventive and immediately act upon, proactive rather than reactive. The conventional medicine mostly in the reactive. After it happens, then you start working. You have to be proactive. Then you have to do breathing exercise, you have to pranayama, and you have to do walk, you give exercise, do cycling exercise, everything. Keep some time for you and everything. Who is the greatest healer? You. You are the greatest healer for yourself. And we are co-creative working together. You share your knowledge with me, I share my knowledge with you, and we enhance greatest healer. Healing is a product of a genuine decision to get well at your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious level. Here the secret lies. You have to do meditatively, go in subconscious level and make the changes in the state of mind. Your belief is already there. Only this particular group of people can heal me, I cannot help. Then it's difficult. Then belief doesn't want to change. They like consistency. That is the secret of belief. Attitude also. They are all part of subconscious mind. And choice is only power to go in subconscious, unconscious mind, and change the belief. That's where the metaphysics comes. That's where the meditation comes. Otherwise, you can sit quiet and do nothing. And we discuss how many types of meditation: guided meditation, unguided, and there are hybrid meditation. With each emotion, there are the special meditations are there. Anger is a separate meditation. I got many my cancer patients. I give the meditation of how to release the anger, how to release the frustration, and those ones. Each emotion reflects the physical body, especially chronic illnesses. And physical illness, suppose the physical symptoms are then causes physical, then conventional medicine does an amazing job. Like you ate the wrong food, the wrong bacteria or something, or you are fall with car accident, the conventional medicine does amazing job. But when you take a chronic illness, they do amazing job in removing the symptoms. The causes lies within you. You have to take care of it. You are the greatest healer for you. Now how to, the secret is all talk. If you go open the TV in the evening, all talk, 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 no action, right? And there's now metaphysician believes in action. Okay. I'm not neglecting intellectual knowledge, informative knowledge, they are far. But that is just, we have to go beyond it. We have to act upon it. How? We have to act upon it first. You digest it, understand. Because we are brought by academic education, universities, colleges, high school, through, all taught by logic and reason. And now we have to go beyond logic and reason. That we come with the power of imagination and ideas and put blind to become. And then we become creative and how to change the minds. And then you act upon. Act upon it requires the willingness, will. Will is a masculine energy, and then love and the imagination, feminine, they blend together, and how to manifest it. Step, recognition. Identify and diagnose the chronic illnesses. You go to the physician, they go X-ray, MRI, everything, like I'm using back pain. And they give you exact what is happening to you. MRI, we get new advanced technologies coming, where exactly happen, how can do it. Then you collect that information. And then step number 2, acknowledge. Laboratory confirmation comes and take secret lies in the step 2B is to take responsibility. I created it and I can heal myself. Conscious healing mantra. I created my own illnesses and I'm responsible for it. But I realized I can heal myself also. And developing courage, give dimension and space and time. That comes in the what we do the meditation of forgiveness, and now we have to give dimension in physical world. Yeah. Now this one we talk with all lifetime, but let's talk one this lifetime. When we deal subconscious mind only deal with this current lifetime. Unconscious mind with the previous life. Give dimension in space and time. Now whatever we discuss, give dimension. When you go workshop 4 is done and you are going home, you know, oh yes, I can do this one. I can do this one. Yes, I can, I'm willing to do. Let me experiment on that. Yes, I can do this one. Let me practice this one. Let me go over that. Okay? That we're giving dimension, space-time dimension. Now we are acting. When you studied everything intellectually, emotionally, and then now you have to give practice. Let it matter. Yes, whatever I learn matter. It matters to me. Yes, I can, it matters. Why not I can heal myself? I'm not neglecting all modality. I can find out which modality will help me out. I'm not dependent upon other people. I'm dependent upon myself. Let me go to smorgasbord of modalities of healing. Which one? Which fit? And then you do meditation, meditatively find out which modality. Like me, I did meditation and find out I was acupuncture to Merritt Island. I studied, I changed the mindset, and then you got all other technique to heal my sciatica also. Sciatica is a very painful, painful situation, okay? Let it matter, make a choice. The secret lies in power of choice. Because subconscious mind, choice is the ability to go in subconscious mind and change the belief system. Now we had a beautiful painting was life script. You write your own life script and you become an author of your life script and you become an actor. Not like Hollywood star or Bollywood star. Somebody like the life script and they perform. Majority of the humanity is caught in that trap. And those are successful people you see in the lifetime. They rewrite the life script, their own life script, what they like it, and they follow up that. You become a performer as well as you become a right authority of a life script. And that's the power of choice is there. Okay. Then you can call choices will choice, empowered choice, mystical choice. There are some, we'll talk separately about choice. Steps of self-healing. Step 3 is healing. Now, that's what I think we discussed. Transmitting negative to positive emotion, stubbornness, and defensiveness to the openness and determination. Whole class of metaphysics which you attended. And I'm very, very proud of you because you broke the conformity of thinking. You have a courage. Otherwise you would not be here, right? You will go nature, all the hospitals and everywhere you go, all attend other classes, right? Because you have a courage to think outside the box. Otherwise you will not be. I'm very, very proud of you. And then when now you're transferred, we give an example. My favorite example, everybody liked that time. You take with $100 bill and the Hyatt Regency in the middle of the night, and there is all restaurants are closed, and I go to vending machine. My $100 bill can buy everything inside the vending machine if I cannot get a bottle of water, not Diet Coke. If somebody complains, don't use Diet Coke. Diet Coke is not a healthy thing. Then I went to the registration of the concession, and then I gave it the change, made a change, $100 and $1, $5, $10, $20. Then I put $1 bill and got the bottle water. And then my wife drank the water bottle. It transcends the quench. We quench the thirst. The first is the transmutation, or make it more flexible, $100 bills. Now we are open. When you come, we are open for other creation. You are not stubborn, not defensive. You are open-minded and determination. And now step 2, transferring from emotion, openness and determination to drive, and now we are in acting. That's what we do. Like in forgiveness case, we acted, we went to the meditation and start to release that emotions and forgive whom you create a lot of problem in your life and you're holding against energy. Now you've got extra energy available to you, you can change your life. That's what they are occupying in your mind, and there is no ability to. And we also give one example. Everybody is playing monopoly of 50,000 thoughts and feelings per day. And where you pay attention, if I pay attention, taking a revenge, my 50,000 thoughts and feelings per day, already lost $30,000 paying attention how to take revenge against you, how to make it even with you, how to take that guy occupying my mind, he is jealous of you and that. Now those emotions, the monopoly, you save that attention, and then you can create your own reality. Everybody has a right to live, you can create your own reality. I'm not neglecting what other people are doing wrong or right. At the same time, focus. Albert Einstein, let me share with you. I think my favorite story, Albert. He was basically, his wife invited some guests at his home. And his mind is occupied with the experiment over there. The dinner was over, and Albert was waiting. When they go, so he can go back to work. Then everything by 8:30, 9 o'clock, the guests went. The next time guest invited Albert and his wife. And they went to his home, okay? And their dinner was 7:30, 8 o'clock is over, and he's still waiting. And all the host couple was surprised why Albert is not ready to go home. 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, he's still sitting over there. Then suddenly he realized he is visiting his friend's home. He is not in the home. He thought when they are going out. Because his mind is totally occupied. That's why we call the movie called Absent-Minded Professor, right? Right? Because his mind is after 50,000 thoughts and feeling, 30, 40,000 is focused. Many times, like the business people like me and John Riff, we are occupied how to handle the business, right? Constantly. Though I'm sitting in the office, I'm thinking outside, okay, what is going on there? You have to be careful where you pay attention. And transcending emotion from lower to the higher octave, from hate to love. Because same energy, I give it energy, one the hate or anger. Once you go negative direction, the secret of anger is one positive component. Anger is a positive component, is the intensity. And I gave a joke that once you get intensity, go take it to the positive side. It becomes amazing love. And she is laughing on me. She always say you are a very angry person, but she doesn't say the other part of it. It's like he really doesn't say the other part of it. So that is the steps of self-healing. Okay. Fashion. Yeah. I create my own illness non-consciously, and I'm responsible for those. I realize that I am my own greatest healer, so I can heal myself. And it not only for healing, it applies in every walk of life, every other areas of life. Okay. Self-healing mantra. Okay. Now, you're sitting in self, now how to activate? Next slide. It's very interesting now. Now you are exposed to all modalities. And you are driving your own car, which runs on the air, free, no charge, no fuel. Okay? No $2.50 a gallon. Okay? And you are travel with space. And you also time travel also. And you are going in smorgasbord. Where all modalities are available to you. Right? You are not confined to one or two modalities. And nobody dictates you with this modality. You respect all modalities because each modality has its own value. And each person has his own, which is fitting. Which fit to me may not fit to Bert. Which fits to Ely may not fit to Amy. Okay? And how to find out through you select it all modalities. You have to work because when you take responsibility, those secrets will be revealed to you. And then you work, and suddenly you do deep meditation and find out which modality will fit me. You listen everybody, okay? You study, and then you find out which modality. I meditatively seek and select modalities to heal myself. Because you have to do a little bit of exercise, asana, you go to yoga, you go to acupuncture, acupressure, put over here, going over here, this is the bottom, this is the heart, and this is the go on the top, like that. Or you go to this one also, go to acupressure also. If I do 10 times, then nothing to lose. Right? Nothing to lose, okay? You by sitting there and doing this one, also you connect with when you go there, hand, acupressures in the hand or the feet, go over there and you do sitting and when you are listening and you can do, by doing this, you can see which chart, which part of the body connects with that. You have nothing to lose, no fees, okay?
Ellie doesn't like the acupressure because when she does my feet, I fall asleep. She doesn't get her feet done.
Acupressure, I like acupressure on the feet, okay?
Simple solution.
Ladies first.
Exactly.
Well, it's kind of mutual, but then
No, ladies first.
I go out like a light.
Can you go once more back? So you are in smorgasbord. You got Reiki is available, sun gazing, the sound healing is available. You play the music when you drive. What you like the tunes, okay, and then humming sound comes to you and many cooling effect comes up. So you are not confined to the one. You are in driver's seat and you are driving with a big, what do you call it, SUV, or not SUV, you got a big, whatever the big car, caravan, let's put a caravan. And all when the physician is sitting next to you, the Ayurveda guy is sitting next to you, the homeopathic guy is sitting and you are driving your vehicle. And you make a destination where you want to. They have become co-creator. We respect everybody. And suddenly massage guy sitting with you, everybody is sitting, you are in driver's seat, and you are driving. So you move from your passenger seat to the driver's seat, and you are driving your own vehicle. And the filling of the gas, which you don't have to fill gas, you got air, and you have space travel, and you get time travel from age 0 to 25 to 40 to 100 years also. And make sure all are available to you. And then find out what is the best of each available to you. That is a good analogy or metaphor I can give. You are in driver's seat of your life. And everywhere, this is not a healing in the personal life also. You are what you want to create. Future creates the present in the backdrop of past. Now Steve Jobs, I give one example, my favorite joke of Steve. He is always driving seat himself, okay? And then he was asked the question, one of the interview, okay, what time you get up and what time you go to work? And Steve said, I'm always working. There's no other place than working. If you have other place than working, then you have to get up and put the car and dress up and go. I'm working round the clock. And then another question is, okay, this time suppose God gives you another lifetime, what is your passion? And he taught the passion as a biomedical field. Of course, this lifetime he was in computer. His passion was to understand how healing, biomedical. Of course, he was his guru was the Yogananda. The guru. And when he died, he passed away. He wrote in his will, whosoever attend my funeral will be given the autobiography of Yogananda. That book was given whosoever attend the funeral. Because very young he was touched by Yogananda. And big center is in Yogananda. San Diego is a big center. Los Angeles, many places are there. Yogananda. That is all. You are in smorgasbord. You are in buffet. Now you can pick up. And all people are co-creative with you. You pick up whatever the best they have. And we respect. This comes out of responsibility. Healing is constant. And then respectful to other all co-creative.
Okay, now we can take some questions if you have any.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's you can set your intention to meditate. So you can set your intention and let's say you're going to meditate for forgiveness. But then you can also meditate to kind of figure out which one of these modalities you want to use.
Yeah.
Is there how do you choose that?
No,
in other
okay.
words,
The meditation, when you go in the intuition comes to you. When you go, intuition comes to you, which will fit to you.
so in the
When in the
meditative
meditation,
process.
intuition comes, the answer comes to you.
Okay, so you
From subconscious mind or unconscious mind or higher self, he gives the answer comes to you.
so
If you are not meditating in conscious state, there is no space. Your glass is full, so there is no place to come new water. When you state of meditation, your mind is become depleted and very quiet. Then suddenly you get the answer to you.
okay, so
I'm giving little.
okay, so the
general
answer
benefit.
might be okay. So on this meditation, what you really need to do is work with forgiveness, or on this
Yeah.
meditation, you should practice.
Now, practice
yoga.
first you have to go to intellectual knowledge, which I say the book number 3. Then you go to meditate. I have to forgive myself. There are special meditations available for each particular emotion, particular state, which we talk separately. Your first secret lies in willingness to do. Now, first workshop is the willingness. Okay.
What might help you is the mind needs something to focus on, especially if you're a newcomer to meditation. So if you identified forgiveness with a beautiful rose, and you sat with the beautiful rose, and you saw that you are just as beautiful and as important to the Creator as that beautiful rose, then why wouldn't you forgive yourself? And then that's the path, that you need an object at first. And that is a beautiful, highest resonating force is the rose. So just treat yourself like a beautiful rose. Why not?
Any more questions? Yeah, it is.
How do you transmute and transform negative emotions into positive ones? Like what?
Yeah, first, when
what's
you
the
got
process?
open-mindedness, stubbornness, I'm willing to transfer. Then you got a flexibility, open-mindedness. Then you make a determination how to change myself. And meditatively you change the mindset, negative emotion to positive. That we talk in workshop series number 2, which emotion you come, then we talk about it.
If you are open and you still want to do that, but like I find with myself that if I have a strong negative emotion, I want to change it, but sometimes I feel like it's too much and I can't do that. Do you have advice on how to change that?
One is you associate with the people. We call special word in Hindi or Sanskrit was satsang. Associate with the people. Wherever your negative, people who feeds your negative emotion, keep away from that. Associate with the people who diminish the negative emotion. You associate with the people who are evolving. I always like to go who is higher than me. Now you associate, you came over here. At least you recognize. You step in the first step of healing, recognize, diagnose. Now you are in diagnostic. Now second step is acknowledge, yes, I have it, and I created it. And then you take the responsibility. So you are in the first healing step, you already, excellent job you did. Now we are in the step 2. Recognize this. Now we associate with the people who is ability to help you out, okay? And you share with them. Dekho satsang.
Hi, I'm Monica. I have a question like hers. My negative emotion is doubt. So
What is the negative?
doubt.
Doubt, okay.
So like, how do I get rid of doubt? I was
Okay.
thinking like, should I send doubt like to the toilet and flush it?
Now doubt is a positive component.
It is?
Actually, positive component doubt is good. You start with the doubt, and you reach certain point, doubt doubts itself. But when you do not doubt, I mentioned in the first half that that when you start with the doubt, you end with the certainty. When you start with the blind faith, you end with uncertainty. Francis Bacon made a statement. You doubt is not a bad thing. It's on the contrary, I would prefer you to doubt, start with it, and then you make an investigation further and further. And finally you reach a certain point. Doubt also start doubting. It doesn't take me any further. Then you enter the doubt, takes you into self-confidence.
But I think I did it in reverse. Because I'm like trying to get better and I'm like exercising. I go to therapy and I eat right. And then my doubt comes in and something goes wrong and I go, this isn't going to work. It's degenerative. It's incurable. And the doubt comes back.
Yeah, I understand. But you are doing mechanically. You didn't do meditatively.
Oh.
If somebody told me to do exercise, watching TV and do this and that, was you attend this, what is the nature of system, you lose 25 pounds and you go for this one and that. You listen and then you followed it, but you didn't follow your inner guts. Does it make sense? You have to go. That's why those secret lies in the inner gut, inner feeling. Because a lot of, it's whole secret, let me share in America. The whole is the advertisement, TV media is based on advertisement. And they solve the secret of advertisement slowly penetrate, go in your subconscious mind. And they dictate the subconscious. They know, figure it out. By advertising, they penetrate in subconscious. And especially in children. They give free dinners and free McDonald's, you go to free lunch and dinner facial and this one and that. A child is the age of which we wrote in subconscious mind, the age of 7 to 14, 13, when subconscious mind become very powerful. Life script is written. When you develop the habit of eating, overeating and all kind of food, junky food, and then you tell suddenly at the age of 20, with no junky food, you don't eat. It's too difficult to undo. Because it's already, unless you, it's deep down in subconscious. Whole secret of the marketing is to penetrate in subconscious. I had one joke, it reminds me. I was in India and I came over here. And that time the Medicare system just started. I'm talking 1968, 69, 70. In California, many retiree people also get Medicare. So they go to doctor's office. Why? Because they are lonely. And when you go to doctor office, see other human beings and see it, and they chit-chat with doctor and come back, just to keep the time passing. Then somebody, guy from California, figured it out, okay, they need somebody to communicate, talk, psychologist or something. And he advertised the PET stone. Have you heard of PET stone? Or am I pronouncing it? PET PET stone. Some kind of a small crystal. PET rock. Sorry, not stone. PET rock. Now, I was new in this country. And they said, baby crystal, that big. And they sell $20, $10, $5. And say, go to all senior citizen house. And they sell for $20. They talk to you and they take it. And I came from India. How the hell these people are sending stuff for $20? It's all marketing, okay? And they buy it. Many of my medical doctor friends, they say, many retiree people comes because they want to sit there, chit-chat with them. They are lonely. They need some kind of talk. And they ask the question and they spend time, 15, 20 minutes with doctor, physician, and they go. And that time guy found out, he sold it, he made money out of it. Everything is marketing. Because how to deal with the subconscious mind. You see all advertisement come, all medicine come, and right on the bottom, very fine prints are written, side effect, very fine prints are written. Now I'm just telling you that situation. Any more questions before we go? Meditation.
First of all, happy Father's Day to everybody, the guys. Earlier we were talking about forgiveness and finding that peace within you. And I just want to share with you something that I used to do when along life there were times you were very angry with a third person, but there's no way you could communicate with that third person. So what I used to do, and somebody said to do this, I used to sit and write on a piece of paper. I write that personal letter, every single thing I think, the dirty words, the dirty thoughts, what I'm going to do to you. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it, and I put it on my altar, and I leave it. By the time I finish writing that letter to that person, I find that peace inside of me. And then I just destroy the paper.
Excellent. Anyhow, that is a good one. The reason is that your old emotion, we just told, suppress and repress, their ability to release it. Because they need freedom. All emotion need freedom. And if you hide it, they will break the prison sometime. And how they break the prison, we talk in the future seminar. They break the prism and then reflect, because physical body is the expression and reflection of the state of mind. They reflect and there's some disease, illnesses of what chronic illnesses somewhere is going to happen.
You know,
we are in the right one.
you know,
Kiran. Okay, go ahead.
I think what I'm the smartest about is to know what I've been the dumbest about. And what I mean by that is what comes out of here, you can't take it back. And you can be your worst enemy. And, you know, we have all kind of political stuff going on right now. I don't want to bring up the government, but, you know, if he can learn to shut his mouth, that president we got, we could have a greater world. I'm just saying, I think that in life, it's a journey. And that journey is good, bad, and sad. And all we have left in life is memories. Good day. If I leave here today, I want to look back and think about how wonderful it was. And I might meet somebody that I disagree with or whatever it might be, but I think that in life, in my journey, what I found is that because I've gone through the good, the bad, and the sad. But my question I have for you is, scientists say through evolution we came from an ape, from the sea, and became monkeys, now we are humans and all this stuff. I was trained, raised up as a Christian and believe in God and so forth and so on. And what I am getting out of this is that whatever spiritual perspective we have inside of us, that there is a greater one that we haven't discovered. And that we all have the power and the ability to become better at who we are and what we're doing, but we need to be able to know how to balance ourselves and have some control towards our lifestyle of what we're doing. And there's so many things that we're missing. You know, science said we only have, we only use 10% of our brain. There's 90% there that I think that you're trying to give us another percentage to look at and to think about, and I appreciate that. But the only thing that I'm saying is that I always believe that there's a greater power. And I'm a very spiritual person, and I try to lean towards my spirituality. And I don't think this takes away from it, but I do. Sometimes I'm a little confused about the power I have and the greater power that you're saying that we can get. So maybe you can clear that up.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay, first thing, the power lies within you, greater power. The drop of the water being separated from the ocean, and he took a big journey, become cloud and the rainwater, and come. I'm giving physical metaphor, and then finally go back to the ocean. Same principle. If you go in the art gallery, Sacred Journey of Consciousness, you are part and parcel of the cosmic consciousness. And you made a choice to find out what is beyond the ocean, like a drop of the water wanted to know what is beyond the ocean. And you made a choice, and you will find out your identity and image, and you make a journey. Now, evolution came, same principle happened to the you as a unit of consciousness. When you go through the journey, read it very specifically, detail it. You made a choice to become separate and find out what is the journey beyond the cosmic consciousness. And you become John Rivers in this lifetime. In future life may be different. You take a different color and so your height and body and everything. And you constantly learn process. And now you already set mind in the subconscious mind. What is I am bad, good, and the bad and the evil. What do you call that? Can you? Yeah, you have to go inside the subconscious mind and change it. I can change, I can improve, and I can become part and parcel going back to. Because journey returning. There are one journey is going away from, and now journey going back. There is a coming home. We are in the coming home. Formerly going away from the home. Let me give a story of prodigal son. You know the story of prodigal son. The father has two sons. And one son took a journey. And he said, I want to take away from him. The father allowed him. Other son was very obedient. He took care of the father's way. And the other son who took is find out what is beyond my father's ways and all this property and everything. He squandered all funds and money and everything, finally returned back. And father celebrated. The other sons go, why you celebrate? He took away from you. And father said, because he found out his own path. Okay? You're not confined to the regularity. You are like a prodigal son, getting out of the finding out, and you have to find it out. I've just given a metaphorical story, prodigal son. I wrote in my book number 1, prodigal son story, there. And you are part of it. You have to count somewhere in the subconscious mind. I was brought up by Hindu and Jain, totally in karmas. Everything basically, you did a bad karma, so you reap. As you sow, so you reap, and bad karma is a bad karma. I broke out. Otherwise, if I would not still with the karma, I can, I should not do bad karmas and good karma. I broke out and came with a new future. Future creates the present in the backdrop of the past. Otherwise, I will stick with the karmas. And whole India is passing through karma. They cannot think outside. It was a good mythology during that time. All mythology is amazing mythology. But they confined you. And now, metaphysics, when you have a power of choice, you break that one. You break the biblical mythology or Greek mythology. Go beyond. Take it beyond out.
For me, what I realized in a very short period of time is that I was programmed. I was programmed from my mother and father. I didn't even know who I was. I mean, I learned what they did, everything that they have ever done and said, their beliefs, everything about them. That's who I became. And now on this, where I am today, I know I'm learning exactly who I am. And it was inside me all along. I didn't allow myself because then my family was going to think and I was really out there or they were going to, not talk to me anymore, leave me, And that's huge. In the beginning, now today I'm very solid in what I'm thinking because I know inside me my soul is just reacting in such an extraordinary way.
That's good. Yeah, because the power of choice.
That's really cool because you just gave him an answer, which was you were saying that generationally you've been programmed by your family, so that can be seen as a generational curse. But you chose to break out and to create a new way of thinking, which is breaking the curse.
Your family will not applaud your elimination. They don't applaud. Trust me.
Okay. I think that is a good answer. Okay. Because the whole idea is to what we have done. I think one of the slides we mentioned, how the life script is written. Can you go back one time before we start meditation? Go back. Back. Go back one. Life script is written. I think it's a recap. It is the last.
with this program, Vipin, I think it might be difficult to go.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, you got it?
Otherwise, yeah, this is the good job, sir. Good. Iman, good.
Yay.
Now here is the one. Look at the infancy 0 to 2. When the child is there, is totally innocent, and he is with divine hope. All the divine activity, parents' activity, take care of it. He does not have. Because he cut from the umbilical cord from the physical body, from the mother's body. The physical is separate from mother. The age of 2, now see, if the child will, umbilical cord will cut, emotional body, find out who am I, finding out everything. In all imitation and curiosity creates. Then you got child 2 to 4. Then you got the go from 4 to 12. There were all the family and country and whatever the systems and the college, university start implant on you. They are writing the life script on you. Somebody's born in Russia, I was born in India, somebody has a different life. Everybody has a different life script. Everything is a different software. And that was the 12. That is where the subconscious mind created the beliefs. Now you use the word that was subconscious mind created. There were good and the bad and that one. Then you go 12 to 19, the adolescent, the biological energy is surging. The hormones changes, so everything is changing. And I'm a great guy, I can handle this because a lot of energy is going on. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And after the 19 to 20, the youth comes and you enter in the real world. Then you find competition is here, this one. Whatever you dream, you cannot be accomplished it. And there suddenly you come to know that at that time you had a power of choice. Till 19 or somebody, people can figure out age of 16, 17, you have your own power of choice. What parent teaches you are that you don't have to follow. Somebody for 19. That's the power of choice comes. And that power of choice, I did my power of choice very young age of 19, 20. Big. First incidents happened in my life. Because everybody, you have to take so many lifetimes to become enlightened. And suddenly I was reading one age of 17, I was translating one paragraph, Buddha's paragraph, enlightenment, how certain thing happened in his life and how he changed his mindset. And how he was a prince, and turned into seeking and he became enlightened. The sudden thought came to me, if prince can become enlightened, he was a human being, and I'm also human, why I cannot become enlightened? I don't have to wait for 30, 40, 100,000. Or so many 40,000 lifetime or 20 lifetime or 40 lifetime. And that broke it. Then you develop the power of choice. There you can have a power of choice now also. And that power of choice is only 10% is power of choice and 90% is subconscious mind. For power of choice is a specialty which one of the beautiful painting is here. You have the ability to go in subconscious mind and change the belief. Which belief does not ever create the power of choice. But that makes the sense because mostly collective unconscious. I use the little high word, collective unconscious, mob psychology. And they also, I don't want to go more detail about, they are also constantly, if you read book number 2, Awakening Spirituality, some group has a special interest, so can dominate the society. When you read book number 2, you can talk. Now, ready for the meditation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we get to the next part, I'd just like to speak on behalf of all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. For creating this wonderful space of exploring, growing. It's wonderful, and I personally thank you. And also, we'd like to say goodbye to our online viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Say bye to the world. You can see them outside.